Beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Money and Power. Oh, that's not what we're doing. On Black Folk Do Read, the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Put in the book, we absolutely will find it. Let me go ahead and hit this thing. Go ahead and hit that share button. Let people know we're here. Get this thing crack-a-lacking. Yeah, I love that too. All right. Let me go find this thing so I can share it. What's going on, my beautiful people, man? You guys ready to rock and roll? New Black Wall Street Book Club. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. Black folk do read. That's right. We do read. We're going to find that thing, man. That's what we're going to be going through today. 48 Laws of Power. I know you guys are ready for this one, man. Good old Wakita pulled us out a good one. Never outshine your master, man. Hit that like button, hit that share button if you so choose. If you do want to keep up with us here at the New Black Wall Street Book Club, you want to make sure you go up to the settings here. I think it's the following. And then you want to click down. When you click follow, that drop down, click see first. That way, whenever we go live, it'll pop up first for you to be able to know that we are here if that's what you decide to do. Just want to make sure that you got to understand these algorithms. This is what's going on. We got, in order for us to keep up, we have to move with the flow. Have to move with that's right. The 48 laws, Ms. Myra. The 48 laws. That's what we're going through today. And so give me just a second, man. I'm hitting that share button, letting people know that we are here. Hit that thing to there. Hit that thing to all of my little groups so we don't get in trouble. Because for some reason they don't like when you share to too many places. So I'm just gonna share here and yeah, I like that. I like that, Tamika. Share here. Who's here? And we're gonna get right on into it, man. So thanks. Hey, good morning to you over at YouTube. Thanks so much for being here with us today as we're going through the 48 laws of power. And then we're going through law number 1. All right, so good. That's good. That's done. And let me check on over here, YouTube. All right, good morning to you. Let's read. All right, send that message over there to YouTube. Let you do your thing. Good morning to you. All right, my beautiful people. Yes, I was waiting on Wakita to get here. Hey, my beautiful people, thanks so much for being with us here today. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprise. We'll bring investment education to the urban community. Also, the author of The Black Billionaires Club. It's a study of Black wealth, 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. You can pick this book up at theblackbillionairesclub.com. theblackbillionairesclub.com. Get the book. When you get the book, you're going to get a free class, How to Bitcoin. They teach you how to Bitcoin. They did it, and so can you. If they could do it, so can I. And that's just where we're going here, man. I take my cues from billionaires, and it's one of the things that billionaires do that they say they've done to actually get to where they are is they read. And so this is what we're doing here on New Black Wall Street Book Club. We read, and we're going through the 48 laws of power, 48 of them. And today we begin our journey into law number 1. I know you don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time. You know what time it is, man. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Maybe there's some people that connect to do that. Like to read. They want to get into this thing today. You know what time it is, DJ. Hit the music.
New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
Man, you always got to have some good music to get you started off in the morning here. The New Black Wall Street Book Club. Black folk do read. Go ahead and put that in the comments below. Black folk do read. You put it in the book, we absolutely will find it. And they weren't playing around. They weren't even trying to hide it from. They said if you put it in the book, you just hide it from Black folk. No. We're going to find it. And we're going through the 48 laws of power today. And here's the deal, guys. This is the type of book where you need a highlighter. This is the type of book you need to highlight. Now, you can thank in advance Miss Wakita. She the one that said this is what she wanted to read. I said, Wakita, if you said it, honey, woman power, then that's what we're going to do. So we're going through the 48 laws of power. Everybody putting guys on hashtag power. Hashtag power. Now, We set up the preface yesterday. We go back and watch that video, but we're going to get right into it today, man, because, again, we got a little bit of things to do today. Power. That's right, the 48 laws of power. Law number 1 is where we're starting at today, and it simply says this. It says, never outshine the master. Never outshine the master. Power. And here's your judgment. Every one of these laws has a judgment. Simply says this: always make those above you feel comfortably superior. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please and impress them, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you might accomplish the opposite. You inspire fear and insecurity. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. Oh, look at that. Are you selling New Black Wall Street music you play too? I buy it. I'm sure. I never thought about that, brother. Thanks so much for the idea. We want to put a compilation together. Maybe we'll do that. I'm going to get my man to put a little compilation together. You know what? Let's do that. I never thought about that. I never even thought about it. So I can sell it. It's my music. I guess I could sell it. Yeah, I absolutely could. Never outshine the master. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. Make your masters appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the heights of power. Now, what we're going to do, guys, they have a transgression, right? They got a long story. We ain't going to read that. They got observance, how you actually use. We ain't going to read that. What we're going to read is the keys to power, and then we'll read the reversal. The keys to power. So here are your keys to power. Everyone has insecurities. Everybody. When you show yourself in the world and display your talents, you naturally stir up all kinds of resentment and envy and other manifestations of insecurity. When you show yourself in the world, so this is under the impression that eventually you're going to show yourself in the world. In other words, at some point in time in your life, you're just going to show up and let the world see what you're made of. And when you do, and you will do it at some point in your life, you're going to stir up all kinds of resentment and envy and other manifestations of insecurity. This is to be expected. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others. Oh, highlighter. That's a highlighter moment. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others. Oops. That was a mic dropper. Drop the mic. Highlighter. You cannot spend your life worrying about the petty feelings of others. With those above you, however, you must take a different approach. When it comes to power, outshining the master is perhaps the worst mistake of them all. Never outshine the master. Do not fool yourself into thinking that life has changed much since the days of Louis XIV and the Medicis. Those who attain high standing in life are like kings and queens. They want to feel secure in their positions and superior to those around them in intelligence, wit, and charm. It is a deadly but common misconception to believe that by displaying and vaunting your gifts and talents, you are winning the master's affection. He may feign appreciation, but at his first opportunity, he will replace you with someone less intelligent, less attractive, less threatening. Just as Louis XIV replaced the sparkling Fouquet with a bland Colbert. And as with Louis, he will not admit the truth, but he will find an excuse to rid himself of your presence. He'll find a way to rid himself of your presence. This law involves two rules that you must realize. Number one, you can inadvertently outshine a master simply by being yourself. I don't know about you guys, but I still ain't learned this because I am the master. But there was at some point in time when I had masters and I just couldn't understand. Just me being myself. I was just this brilliant, genius guy. I was outshining my masters all the time and they couldn't like it. That's why I can't work for corporate America. I can't work for nobody because I am a master. Everybody put in the console, I'm the master. I'm the boss. I'm the head. You know what I'm finding. You know what I'm about to say? So I didn't understand it back when I was in corporate America. I didn't understand. I was like, what the heck? I'm just bringing so much value, but I was outshining my master, my boss, the one who cut my checks. But now I'm the master. This is why for some of you, you're not supposed to be working for nobody else. Because you keep on outshining the master, getting yourself in trouble, getting written up just for being great. And they don't want people that's great. They want people to simply be subservient to their wishes. The corporate America structure is just like the royal structure. It's kings and queens and everybody else. Never outshine the master. And if there's any place that you're going to learn how to be submissive, it's going to be in corporate America. If you don't learn it nowhere else, you're going to learn it in corporate America. So first, you can inadvertently outshine a master simply by being yourself. There are masters who are more insecure than others, monstrously insecure. You may naturally outshine them by your charm and grace. No one had more talents than Astor Manfredi, Prince of Faenza, the most handsome of all the young princes of Italy. He captivated his subjects with his generosity and open spirit. He captivated his subjects with his generosity and his open spirit. In the year 1500, Caesar Borgia laid siege to Faenza. When the city surrendered, the citizens expected the worst from the cruel Borgia, who, however, decided to spare the town. He simply occupied his fortress, executed none of its citizens, and allowed Prince Manfredi, 18 at the time, to remain in his court in complete freedom. A few weeks later, soldiers hauled Astor Manfredi away to a Roman prison. A year after that, his body was fished out of the river Tiber, a stone tied around his neck. Borgia justified the horrible deed with some sort of trumped-up charge of treason and conspiracy. But the real problem that he was notoriously vain and insecure. The young man was outshining him without even trying. There's a big word in there. It's called justify. Everybody put in the console, justify. The young man was outshining him without even trying. Given Manfredi's natural talents, the prince's mere presence made Borgia less attractive and charismatic. The lesson is simple. The lesson is simple. If you cannot help being charming and superior, you must learn to avoid such monsters of vanity. Either that or find a way to mute your good qualities when in the company of a Caesar Borgia. You can't even, he was just outshining him without even trying. How many of you guys right now are in positions where you just outshining people without even trying? I mean, you're not even trying to outshine them. You just outshine them. Now, no matter where you are, if you're here with us right now, click on the screen, come into our studio so you can interact with us. Are you in a position right now that you can't help it? I mean, you ain't even trying, but you outshine it. You're not even trying. You're not even putting in any effort. You just happen to be outshining the master. And I'm trying to tell you today that you got to put yourself in position where you become the master. So you don't have to worry about playing all these games about being who you are because you're just that dang on good and great and awesome and phenomenal and supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Put yourself in position where you are the master. Here's the second lesson. Second, never imagine that because the master loves you, you can do anything you want. Entire books could be written about favorites who fell out of favor by taking their status for granted. Never imagine that because the master loves you. Never imagine that because your husband loves you. Never imagine because your wife loves you. Never imagine because the pastor loves you. Never imagine because the teacher loves you. Never imagine because they love you that you can do anything you want. I don't got to read no more. That's it. We done for the day. Anybody else got anything to say? Because that just sounds like a whole big old dropping mic box. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Highlighter. That's what that is. We don't have mic drops in book club. We got highlighter moments. Let me get my highlighter. Never imagine that because the master loves you, you can do anything you want. Never imagine that because your husband loves you, that you can do anything you want. Never imagine that because your wife loves you, that you can do anything you want. Never imagine because your parents love you, that you can do anything you want. Never imagine because your teacher loves you, that you can do anything you want. Never imagine because your friends love you, that you can do anything you want. Highlighter. Entire books can be written about favorites who fell out of favor by taking their statuses for granted. Everybody put a comment, so never take my status for granted. Never will I take my status for granted. For daring to outshine. In late 16th century Japan, the favorite of Emperor Hideyoshi was a man called Senno Rikyu, the premier artist of the tea ceremony, which had become the obsession of his nobility. He was one of Hideyoshi's most trusted advisors. Had his own apartment in the palace and was honored throughout Japan. Yet in 1591, Hideyoshi had him arrested and sentenced to death. Rikyu took his own life instead. The cause of his sudden change of fortune was discovered later. It seems that Rikyu, former peasant and later court favorite, had a wooden statue made of himself, wearing sandals, a sign of nobility, and posing loftily. He had his statue placed in the most important temple inside the palace gates, in clear sight of the royalty of who often could pass by. That's stupid. To Hideyoshi, this signified that Rikyu had no sense of limits. Highlighter. How many guys know some people, got some people that you would even call your friends? Or they used to be your friends? Because y'all don't hang out with them no more. Y'all walked away from this stupid stuff. That have, matter of fact, when we were kids, this is what we were. We didn't have no sense of limits. That's what we had to learn. We had to learn limitations, which is stupid too. But nonetheless, but how many guys got some people in your life that you know of, you don't know, you know of them, because I know who I'm talking to today, they have no sense of limits. I mean, now here's how this looks. And this ain't even got to be nothing extreme. We can talk about in conversation. There's some people who do not know when to stop. They keep pushing and nagging and complaining. And you be like, when are you going to stop? And all day, every day, all they do is find something to complain about, something to argue about, something to nag about. They just ta-ta-ta. It's called contentious. They're contentious. They're just looking for something to go wrong. All day, every day. I mean, my goodness, they have no sense of when to stop. No sense of when. Matter of fact, it could be somebody that really wants something from you. Think about this. Or a salesman that's trying to get that sale and he keep calling. Or that man that's trying to get them cookies, he keep calling and texting. He just feel like a stalker. He's not really a stalker. He just had no sense of limits. He doesn't know when to stop. Sit back, chill, wait a minute, be patient. No sense of limits. Presuming that he had the same rights as those of the highest nobility, he had forgotten that his position depended on the emperor and had become to believe that he had earned it on his own. This was an unforgivable miscalculation of his own importance, and he paid for it with his life. Remember the following. Never take your position for granted, and never let any favors you receive go to your head. Highlighter. Remember, never take your position for granted, and never let any favors that you receive go to your head. Knowing the dangers of outshining your master, you can turn this law to your advantage. First, you must flatter and puff up your master. What does this mean? Tell your husband you're proud of him. Tell your husband you love him and you're proud of him every day. Stroke the man's ego, or the woman's ego, or the master's ego. You must become a certified, bona fide, unapologetic ego stroker. I want you to become the best ego stroker in the world and stroke that ego every day. Puff him up. Make him feel like he's the king or the queen of the entire universe. You got to become a certified, but we got to go through ego stroking school. That's what we got. We got to give you a certificate. Say you have now passed and you are now a master ego stroker. Everybody put it down, so I'm a master ego stroker. And this is for men and women. I don't care. Everybody, we must become bona fide, certified, master ego strokers. Because everybody got an ego. I mean, everybody. So first, you must flatter and puff up your master. Overt flattery can be effective, but has its limits. If it's too direct and obvious, it looks bad to other courtiers. Discreet flattery is much more powerful. Discreet flattery. That's an interesting word. Discreet. It's subtle. It's not. Everybody knows when you got a brown nose. We're not talking about brown nosing here. We're not talking about kissing up. We're talking about discreet. Let's look up the word discreet. That's a good word to look up. I want them to be a master ego stroker. Become a master ego stroker. Okay, discreet. So discreet means individually separate and distinct. Let's look up some. Oh, Lord Jesus. Apart or detached from other separate, distinct, consisting of or characterized by distinct or individual parts. Discreet. Discreet. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Is that a different discreet? Oh, hey, discreet the other way. D-I-S-C-R-E-E-T. Judicious in one's conduct or speech, especially with regard to respecting privacy or maintaining silence about something of a delicate nature. Prudent, circumspect, showing prudence and circumspection, decorous, modestly unobtrusive, unostentatious. So we're talking about prudence, silence, little mouth squeaks, little whispers in the ear. When's the last time you told your husband or your significant other, baby, you a boss? Let's whisper that in his ear. Myra, whisper that in his ear today. I'm proud of you, honey. I just want to let you know that you a boss. Why can't you tell that to your significant other if you got one? I'm not sure. Baby, I just want to let you know I'm proud of you today. And you a boss. Don't tell nobody. Just know that I told you. You a boss. Mr. Payne, if your significant other tells you this today, what's that going to do to you, brother? I just want to know, what is that going to do to you? Hey, she come to you, man, babe, I just want, you know what, before you go out into this mean world, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. And you a boss. You know what's that going to do to me? I'm going to raise up like this. I'm saying, you know what? You know what we going to do today? The same thing we do every day. Try and take over the world. That's what I'm going to do. You come tell me you proud of me and that I'm a boss. We finna take over the world. That's what's going to happen. Become a master, bona fide, certified ego stroker. If you are more intelligent than your master, for example, seem the opposite. Make him appear more intelligent than you. Act naive. Make it seem that you need his expertise. Commit harmless mistakes that will not hurt you in the long run, but it will give you a chance to ask for his help. Masters adore such requests. A master who cannot bestow on you the gifts of his experience may direct rancor and ill will at you instead. If your ideas are more creative than your master's, ascribe them to him in a public manner as possible. Make it clear that your advice is merely an echo. Everybody put in the console echo. Make it clear that your advice is merely an echo of his advice. When you come up with a great idea for your company or the company that you're not the master of, and it's a wonderful idea, don't be the person that's trying to take all the credit for it. You make sure that idea is an echo of your boss. It's hard. This is very hard. I'm telling you, I didn't get this. I didn't read this. I didn't get introduced to this before I got into corporate America, before I started going into the world. I wasn't introduced to power. So I always thought, man, they're trying to steal my stuff. No, now I get it. And I became a master ego stroker. If you surpass your master in wit, it is okay to play the role of the court jester, but do not make him appear cold or surly by comparison. Tone down your humor if necessary, and find ways to make him seem the dispenser of amusement and good cheer. If you're naturally more sociable and generous than your master, be careful not to be the cloud that blocks his radiance from others. He must appear as the sun around which everyone revolves, radiating in power and brilliance as the center of attention. If you are thrust into the position of entertaining him, a display of your limited means may win you his sympathy. Any attempt to impress him with your grace and generosity can prove fatal. Learn from Fouquet or pay the price. And he paid the price with his life. In all of these cases, it is not a weakness to disguise your strengths. Highlighter. It is not a weakness to disguise your strengths. What is this simply saying, guys? Listen. There is a time and place for everything. It is not a weakness to disguise your strengths if in the end they lead to power. By letting others outshine you, you remain in control. Everybody put in console control, because power is all about control. By letting others outshine you, you remain in control instead of being a victim of their insecurity. This will all come in handy the day you decide to rise above your inferiority status. If, like Galileo, you can make your master shine even more in the eyes of others, then you are a godsend, and you will instantly be promoted. The cream of the crop always rises to the top. The cream of the crop always rises to the top. This is simply saying that in order for you and I to be magnificent, powerful leaders, we must first learn how to follow. You and I are natural born leaders. It's not natural for us to follow. We have to learn how to follow, because then we become leaders. We learn how to lead those who are following us. See, many of us are natural born leaders because we're leaders of one. We're talking about you becoming a leader of many. And in order for you to be a leader of many, you must learn how to follow before you lead many. Let me repeat this again. I hope you got it. You are a natural born leader, but that natural born leadership is a leader of one. Hopefully you have a desire in your heart to be a leader of many. In order to become a leader of many, you must first learn how to follow, and then you can become a leader of many. Here's your image. The image, the stars in the sky. There can be only one sun at a time. Never obscure the sunlight or rival the sun's brilliance. Rather, fade into the sky and find ways to heighten the master star's intensity. As you are following, don't try to be the sun. Just be a star. Here's Your Authority by Balthasar Gracian. He says this, and I quote, avoid outshining the master. All superiority is odious, but the superiority of a subject over his prince is not only stupid, it is fatal. There's a lesson that the stars in the sky teach us, that they can be related to the sun and just as brilliant, but they never appear in her company. Now, here's how this thing works in the reverse. The reversal says this: you cannot worry about upsetting every person you come across, but you must be selectively cruel. If your superior is a falling star, there is nothing to fear from outshining him. Do not be merciful. Your master had no such scruples in his own cold-blooded climb to the top. Gauge his strength. If he is weak, discreetly hasten his downfall. Outdo, outcharm, outsmart him at key moments. If he is very weak and ready to fall, let nature take its course. Do not risk outshining a feeble superior. It might appear cruel or spiteful, but if your master is firm in his position, yet you know yourself to be the more capable, bide your time and be patient. Highlighter. Biding my time. I'm just sitting back. Okay. All right. Then day number 2. Okay. Just waiting. My time will come. Everybody put a comment, so my time will come. It's going to come. You don't have to rush time. And the reason why you don't have to rush time, it's hard because we're conditioned to believe that we don't have time. Well, the reality is you got eternity. See, what was I reading yesterday? The gods have nothing but time. Everybody put that in comments. Oh, this is important. The gods have nothing but time. And Myra Foster, Wakita Nutri, LaShonda Moore, Curtis Payne, Miss Aisha Petty. I want to let you know today, you're a God. You got God in you. And the gods have nothing but time. This is when we get to this position, this disposition in our discourse. We can be patient and we can wait patiently, biding my time. And my opportunity is going to come. Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's just a few days away. I can sense it. Something's going to happen. I don't know what, but I am ready. I'm willing and I'm able. And I've been sitting there patiently waiting for my time to come. Now, here's the deal. When your time comes, and come it will, you better attack. Don't be sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. And then when the time comes, you don't step up because all this time you've been in preparation mode. for such a time as this. And when that time comes, you better attack. It is a natural course of things that power eventually fades and weakens. Your master will fall someday. And if you play it right, you will outlive and someday outshine him. Your master will fall someday. And if you play it right, you will outlive and someday outshine him. See, my old boss, my old job, my job, they're not looking at me because my time had come. And now they wish that they could hire me. They wish that they could work with me. They wish they would have never found a way to get rid of me. Because now I'm a boss. And I'm the master. And I want to let you know today, people, you got God in you. You are God. And gods have nothing but time. Well, guys, that's going to be law number 1. Outshine, never outshine the master from the 48 laws of power. You got to thank Miss Joaquina Newton. She the one wanting us to read this book. And hopefully you're getting something out of it. Hopefully you're getting something out of it. And here's the deal, guys. A very simple principle. It says price is what you pay, value is what you get at this time. I'd like for you to think about the price that you paid to be here. I'd like for you to think about the price that you paid to be here. Their time. Time is the most valuable asset that you have. But here's the deal. You got nothing but time. Now, as you think about the cost you paid, the price you paid to be here, think about the value that you received. What'd you learn today? How are you inspired? How are you thinking different? What's going to be new today? Are you ready to go out and attack the world? Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. In the comments below, let us know what value did you receive from today. See, most people, they only talk about developing, but they won't show up to something like this so they can develop themselves. And my good mentor told me this, that formal education will make you a living. And that's great. You want to make a living? You want to live just over broke? You just want to live paycheck to paycheck? That's not how I want to live. But then he also said that self-education will make you a fortune. The things that you decide to read yourself, the things that you decide to learn yourself will make you a fortune. And there is no limit to how much you can learn. And so while you are here, why not learn all that you can? Why not earn all that you can? Why not do all that you can? And why not give back all that you can? Well, guys, I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build this great thing called intellect. Let's build our own self-esteem. Let's build our community. Let's build together. We all we got, people. You know that, right? You know that. We all we got. But guess what? That's enough. I pray to God to preserve each and every one of us so we'll have the opportunity to wake up another day and meet again right here on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where Black folk do read. You put in a book, we absolutely will find it. Well, you know what time it is. DJ, hit the music.
It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. With your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. New Black Wall Street.